Hello, hello, hello. I am Ezekiel Price, all the way in Austin, Texas. And this is just a testimonial of my experience of working with Miss Pam Wright. And I have to say that she helped get me right, literally. So before coming to Miss Pam, I was tapping already, and I was just learning everything about it. And I'm the type of guy that digs deep. And so I first found out about tapping, the regular method. I'm not going to name all the people that I started with, but just the originators of it. And then I found Faster EFT from Robert Smith. Like I said, I'm not going to be talking about these names too much, but he only comes into the picture because he basically invented Faster EFT, and then Pam, the person who I worked with, got her certificate through him. So I kind of studied both of them, only two people in the Faster EFT. And I just had lost my job a few months ago. And I've been had this issue, but I had a lot of time to really study and really try to go through my healing on my own. And I'm not the type of person to ever thought that I would need a coach or a mentor or a trainer or whatever. I can do everything on my own. So I was doing the tapping every day, boop-de-whoop, boop-de-whoop. Ended up getting a job that was my best job ever, which I'm working at now. And the pay was great. And I was doing tapping at this time as well. Just the regular tapping, doing it every day. And so I knew that tapping worked. And I was a big proponent of it, especially with consistency, because I was always very consistent with what I do. And so I get this new job, I'm making great money, and I'm still doing my tapping, the same routine. I usually make a commitment for 30 days minimum of the new tapping that I'm going to do. So at this time I was doing relationships, money, and they weren't directed at me. They were just random tapping videos, money, relationships, but they weren't specifically for me. And as I was tapping, I just knew that I had very deep root issues, and these tappings weren't getting to the bottom of my issues and my problems. And so I was still tapping, but just really noticing that I had some very deep issues, even from childhood. And so this brings up the reason why I decided to work with Pam. I had a big issue that I have been struggling with my whole life since I was about toddler, 3 or 4, maybe 5, but just toddler years. And I had a sexual trauma at church, which my parents were pastors of, with 2 young ladies. They were about 6 and 7, just a couple years older than me. And this issue, I've tried so many things to overcome this, because it's held me back in so many areas of my life. Finances, relationships, of course, which is what I was really searching for and really doing this for, because this has just held me back for so long. I realized I'm pretty good with the ladies. However, I would just shut them out and not want anything to do with them, because I was hurt on my heart and my inside. And so I was I had some good money too coming in from my job that I'm currently at. And so, I'm not rich or nothing, but I had enough to invest in myself. So I was okay, I've been doing this tapping. I studied Robert Smith and Pam Wright. And I just followed my heart and just went with Pam. I knew I was going to get one of the best, and these 2 were the best that I knew of. And so I go with Pam. And like I said, I'd already been doing the tapping, and I knew my root issue on a deep level. And that's what I recommend if you plan on working with any practitioner. But specifically with Pam, if you want to work with her, I suggest that you know your problem on a deep level. Like, of course you're gonna tap through it, but go to her for like an issue that you've been struggling with for maybe your whole life or just quite a while now. And so that's what I did, and we started our tapping. First, I did the consultation just to see if we would be a good fit. After that, she recommended what would be the best plan for me to do for my issue that I had, my problem. And so I just followed everything. I knew I was going all in because this was an investment for me. And right now I'm just on the path of doing whatever I have to do to become my best self. So this was along that journey. Started early April, I believe April 1st. And May 1st, I believe, was my last day. I know it was my last day, but I don't know. It was for like 4 months, I guess, my plan. One every week. And so tell her, Mom, what I'm going through, whoop-de-whoop. And we do a little tapping on the consultation, and that was pretty good. But I really had like no expectations. I was just going in with faith. Like, I've already tried everything. And I knew I was going to get over this, but I didn't know when. Because this issue has been holding me back for so long. The issue of being like scared of women. Like when I see a woman or like things start getting intimate or physical, I'm always the type to first run, like put up some defenses and escape. And I've been tired of escaping from relationships, and I decided to do this. And so as I start working with Pam from week 1, things switched up dramatically from the consultation, and she added a couple of dynamic things. I don't want to give them away because that's part of her practice. But she gave some powerful technique that I am still able to use after I finished working with her over this month. And so I have a powerful new technique just from week 1. And then we just started digging in, like at the root issue, which was my cause from a young age. And so yeah, while working with her, things were coming up and we were going all around the globe, so to speak, mentally. We would be tapping on things that I didn't even know were like important, but that ended up coming back full circle that were very important. And I feel like there were many moments that when I was working with her, like things came back full circle that you would never like imagine. And so, yeah, just tapping on my parents and just other people that were involved and just how you kind of grew up and other things that may be playing a role in your outcome because our bodies are survival mechanisms and it's on repeat. So whenever we see that circumstance, we think we need to repeat. So with Pam, we were able to go in deep on just what cycles you're repeating, why you may be repeating them, and then how can we get rid of them and let them go. And so week after week, I was seeing improvements, and I couldn't wait to meet with her that following week. I would be taking my notes, telling her what's happening in the field. And I just knew each week that I was improving. And I was still doing my personal EFTs, I think. I know I was doing some type of EFT this whole time. But I'll get to where I'm at today in a second. But when I was first working with Pam, while I'm working with her, things are changing every week. And I'm just very like pumped up like every week to come chat with her. I'm like, okay, I'm excited about this. Like, I'm getting more confident, more comfortable around women. Things are starting to change, going out a little bit more. Don't really go out too often. But I would be neglecting opportunities to hang out with women and do other things. And so after about the third week is when things got the most heaviest, I would say. And we gathered another technique after releasing so much. And once we added this technique, this one is on our YouTube, so it's pretty popular, but this week really transformed like everything. And it's the why is it so easy taps. And I feel like first you need to get rid of the roots and then replace it with the tapping that you want to imagine and dream for yourself. And so week 3, I was doing hers. I just chose 1 or 2 that I was really trying to hone in on in life. For me, it was like relationships. And things just started drastically changing. I had like a few dates and stuff. I'm not going to get too deep into that. But my life was really starting to transform with that. And then week 4, she tells me to make my own about like my root issues. And I was pretty nervous about that. But I was like, okay, let me do that. Like I did everything she told me to do. That's the other thing. Like be a great student if you want to work with her. During this course, she was my teacher. And I just wanted to be the best student possible. So I was always taking notes, always asking her my homework assignment. And just asking her like anything that I studied throughout the week that I needed help with. And so come week 4, I make my own. And those were potent. I had the biggest transformations during this past week. Like, it was amazing. Like, so I would just listen to my EFT and do my tapping every day, like the ones that I made. And literally I had like, one of my little homework assignments during this week was to take the lead or like kiss a girl basically. So I just went dancing on Thursday, met this beautiful Colombian woman, shout out Colombia. And we were supposed to just do a little practice dance together, but we ended up vibing super good, and we ended up dancing like the whole night. And yeah, then we ended up leaving, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop, night's over, boom. But I left feeling a little bit sad and down on myself, even though the night itself was just fun and joyful. This interaction, because at the end of the interaction, I started putting it in my head to like make out with her, like kiss her. And I just didn't like the way that felt, like trying to like force an outcome. And then when I didn't get the outcome, I was like mad. Like, I left the club with a bad little Colombian thing. And I'm still like mad, like it didn't make no sense. So I knew like stuff had to change. But the next night, I go out with a friend, go dancing again. But me and this friend planned this out. So it was a little bit more along the lines of a date. But I'll just say that this is my homegirl. So I ain't gonna call it a date. But we have a great night, whoop-de-whoop. Everything goes planned. Like a lot of women want to come dance with me besides her, but I bring her. So it's like, I did dance a few times, but like I was very respectful. Like, yo, you can dance with other people too. I'm gonna dance with people that really want to dance with me. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And so boom, finished that night, walk her home or whatever. And then next day, Friday, I work overnight. So I literally just got off work right now. I work 12-hour shifts. So I just got back home. It's early in the morning. But last Friday, this is just how it was. Usually I sleep during the day because I work overnights. But one of my homies hit me up, like, come in the morning, like, let's make some music, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. I'm like, bet, I just got home, but I can head to the studio, like, work with my homies, make some music. So I get over there early in the morning. Mind you, I haven't, like, slept or nothing. So, but I got enough energy, I feel good. I get to his crib, and he has, like, 2 female roommates. I didn't meet all his roommates, but I know them 2 were at the house. And they were both like did healing, and just one was a great musician, like a great singer, great on the ukulele. And so after about a few hours of hanging out with them, things start getting a little bit intense, like sexually, especially with one of the ladies who played the ukulele. And not that it was too intense, but intense enough for me to kind of feel that I started getting tired, and I feel like that was like an escape mechanism, because have been getting so like leading up to like sex and woman and just intimacy and all of this other beautiful stuff. This is part of my personal issue. But the wonderful lady plays a beautiful song. And I'm also like, I'm not going to say pretending like I'm asleep, but I'm like asleep, yet like still like conscious. And I can like get up if I want to. But things are just getting like pretty sexual. And so I was like, let me just like sleep. But yeah, once she was done playing the ukulele, sung me like a beautiful song. She said to put me asleep, which was amazing, because I play music too. But she was, man, blew my mind. And then when she was done, she just came over, gave me a kiss. And it just felt so nurturing and just loving, like. And so that's the type of results that I've been getting. And then today was my last. It was really yesterday, because today I worked with Pam. Basically yesterday on my time, because it's overnight, remember. And so this last one was just very deep. And we finished it off in an amazing way. And so I'm excited to see going forward on just the blessings and just the new energy that I have found. Like, I'm not the type to invest, as I already told you. I always thought that I could do everything on my own. And I'm pretty sure that there is some truth into that. But for me, it just didn't work. And so I found something that works. And I feel like it just boosted me and advanced me. Because working with Pam, I was able to get to deeper roots than I even thought. And have someone that is very experienced to work with you through the process and guide you. And so now I'm just feeling super content. I'm super happy that I invested in myself, and my life is already transformed. Like, beautiful woman texting me all the time. And just, I live in a whole new world now. I even told her I feel like I was reborn after today. So I'm excited to get back outside, and just, a big thing that we talk about is that we are already healed. And so whenever it feels like something does go wrong, I always remind myself, I am already healed. And so work with Miss Pam if you have any issues. Know what your issue is. And if you know what your issue is, and just have faith in yourself and just ready to overcome that issue or challenge, dive right in, man. Take that risk. And I believe it will be a great reward for you. And so I would love if you have any personal questions that you would like to ask. I'm always here to help. And I want to see the world healed. So I'm definitely a promoter of Miss Pam and EFT tapping. And so tap, baby, tap. Tap, baby, tap. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Peace out.